Hey everyone, this is Hafizullah Masoudi and you're watching From Code with Hafiz. I welcome you to this new series on JavaScript for beginners to advanced. First of all, I hope you're fine and doing well. Now this is the first video of the series where we will discuss what is JavaScript. So we will discuss why we want to use JavaScript, and a brief introduction will follow, the JavaScript use cases, and then how you can write JavaScript code and where you can write it. So to start, let's move on to the next slide. So why we want to use JavaScript? First of all, JavaScript is the world's most popular programming language, and it is a web programming language, so you can create web pages with this language, and it is easy to learn, and it is ideal for newbies. And to become a full stack JavaScript developer, you need to learn JavaScript. And because it has high demand in the industry, so you want to learn JavaScript right away. So now let's discuss what is JavaScript. Now the official name for the language is ECMAScript, and JavaScript is in every browser, so you can find JavaScript in your personal computer browser too. And JavaScript can change HTML content, it can change HTML attribute values, and it can change HTML styles, so CSS, and it can hide show HTML elements. So in here you can see, first of all you have to learn HTML and CSS, and then you have to learn JavaScript. So JavaScript is a cross-platform object-oriented scripting language used to make web pages interactive. Now a cross-platform means you can create an application for almost every platform using JavaScript, whether it is a web page or web application or desktop application or a mobile application or any other application. And it is object oriented, so this means you can create objects of all kinds and play with them in your application, so to make web pages interactive or user friendly. Now you can create animations using JavaScript, you can create clickable buttons, you can create pop-up menus, and etc. So you can also create dynamic and interactive web applications, and you can also create mobile applications, desktop applications, create games or backend web development. So these were all the things you can do using JavaScript. Now the next thing is where to write JavaScript. So you can write JavaScript code inside script tags, so it will have a opening script tag ending with a closing script tag, and between them whatever you write, it will be run as JavaScript code. JavaScript code can be placed in the head section of an HTML page, or you can place it in the body section of the HTML page, or you can also place it in an external file. So now we have the advantages of an external JavaScript file. So first of all, it separates HTML and JavaScript code, and it helps us to make our HTML and JavaScript code easier to read and maintain. And the other reason is that cached JavaScript files can speed up page loads, so the page will be loaded faster. And to add several script files to one page, you can use several script tags, so keep this one in mind. So now we have the JavaScript output, so where it outputs the data. So as you know already, the JavaScript is in your browser, so it can display data in different ways. So it can display data in an HTML element using inner HTML function that it has, and it can also write data into HTML output using document.write. It can write data in an alert box using window alert, or it can write something to the console of the browser using console.log. And you can print the content of the current window also using window.print. So these are all some of the ways you can display the data of JavaScript. So now we have JavaScript statements. So a computer program is a list of instructions to be executed by a computer, and these instructions are called statements. And in JavaScript we have statements composed of values, operators, expressions, keywords or comments. Now JavaScript statements are separated using semicolon, and if you don't end it with semicolon, your code will also work, but the best way or the best practice is recommended that you put a semicolon to separate your statements. So next up, what we have is JavaScript syntax. So the syntax defines two types of values, fixed and variable. So the fixed values are called literals or static values. Next up, we have variable values that are called variables and are stored values. And then we have JavaScript operators. So the plus or minus or multiplication or division signs are called operators. And we have expressions too. So 5 multiplied by 10 is a kind of expression in JavaScript, or x multiplied by 10. And we have keywords also, which is let, for example, or var, or etc. So these are all kinds of concepts that come inside a JavaScript statement. Now don't worry about these, I will show you practically what all of these mean in our next video. So for now, it is just an introduction for you to understand about the language. So we have comments in JavaScript, so you can either write single line comments or multi-line comments. So next up, we have JavaScript identifiers or names. So everything that comes in variables or keywords or functions are defined by identifiers or names. So JavaScript is case sensitive, so in here you can see we have last name and last name. So both of them are different, and this means that JavaScript is case sensitive. And hyphens are not allowed in JavaScript as identifiers or names, so they are reserved for subtractions. So last hyphen name will mean that it will subtract name from last. So keep this one in mind. And underscore, upper camel case or lower camel case are allowed for identifiers or names. So in here you can see last underscore name or last name, which is upper camel case, and last name, which is lower camel case, are allowed as identifiers or names. Now this was all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching the video and found it useful. If so, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a nice comment too. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe too if you want more videos like this. So finally, I beg you farewell. Have a nice day.